History was made on Monday at Fajara as the Gambia Sports Journalists Association of the Gambia SJAG hosted its inaugural Iftar session with the head coach of the Gambia national football team, Jonathan McKinstry. This landmark event wasn't just a meal, it was a bold step towards strengthening the bond between the media and the Football Federation, sparking hopes for greater collaboration and transparency. Details in this report by Kasim Sissoko.
The evening unfolded with a sober yet powerful moment of silence and heartfelt prayers for the late Modlamin Sanyang, a beloved member of the SJAG family, setting the tone for a night of unity and purpose. Taking the stage, SJAG President Omar Jaju electrified the gathering with his gratitude toward Coach McKinstry for graciously honoring their invitation, a gesture made possible through Babukar Kamara, the GFF Director of Communication. Jaju's passionate words resonate as he hailed the event as a shining example of the GFF's commitment to fostering harmony with the press. He urged his fellow journalists to embrace the golden opportunity to connect with McKinstry, emphasizing the power of building respectful and constructive relationships with those they hold accountable.
But before going further, I would like to sincerely thank colleagues for the amazing work that you are doing for the development of Gambian sports, particularly football. I want to commend you sincerely for that. And talking about the development of Gambian football, at this juncture, I want us to observe, take a 1 minute silence to observe a falling whom we lost on Friday, and then we continue to pray for his departed soul to rest in perfect peace. So join me to pray for him.
Babukar Kamara echoed this sentiment, lauding the SJAG for spearheading such a groundbreaking initiative. Kamara's call to action was clear, noting that journalists should harness their platforms to celebrate and elevate Gambian athletes and teams, igniting a movement of pride and support.
And I can tell you that the President, Mr. Lamin Kawabajo, the General Secretary, Lamin Jase, and the General Manager of our national teams, Usman Drame, we are all engaged, and they all welcome this initiative. In fact, the President, Mr. Bajo, who is currently in Cairo attending the CAF Extraordinary General Assembly, has asked me to extend his regards to the SJAG through the President, Mr. Omar Jaju. And he also asked me to congratulate all of you on his behalf for this very wonderful initiative. He has assured that this is the first, but certainly it would not be the last of such initiative between the SJAG and the football.
The night hits its peak with a captivating question and answer session where Coach McKinstry held the room spellbound with a deep admiration for Gambian football's meteoric rise over the past 5 years.
I've traveled across the continent. One thing I would say about the Gambia here that's interesting is that the last 5 years, there's been such an explosion in football here in the Gambia in terms of the quality of players, which is somewhat remarkable and inexplicable to a degree, because all of a sudden there went from being a handful of professional players to being over 150 professional players, almost all of whom were born and bred here in the Gambia, not relying on the diaspora, which is really interesting for me. In terms of the
Coach McKinstry didn't shy away from voicing his frustration over the lack of sporting infrastructure. His heartfelt plea for better facilities and a return to the true home games rang out as a rallying cry for progress.
I can tell you that's the same for all the players, all of the staff. You know, everyone is desperate to get back and play at home. Now, but I do have something more to say on this. You know, I was at the stadium today, you know, and I walked out on the grass, I walked around the grass, and I can genuinely tell you, if the reason that stadium is not sanctioned to play if we're being told it's the pitch. What I will tell you is the pitch that we played Tunisia on match day 2, and we played, who else did we play at that venue? Did we play Madagascar when we won 1-0 on that pitch in Tunisia? Or not in Tunisia, in Morocco? The pitch at our stadium is exactly the same quality as the pitch that we were allowed to play on in Morocco. The pitch at our stadium is better than the pitch that we played and lost 3-2 against Gabon back in June, and the Chan team played on a couple of days ago. It is a better pitch than that pitch. Not a single one of our players or opposition players, if they came and walked out on that pitch, not a single one of them would complain about it. Is it the best pitch in the world? No, it's not. But is it on the same standard as multiple pitches that are certified across the continent of Africa and indeed Europe to play football on? 100% it is. 100%.
As plates were cleared and hearts were full, the Iftar session stood tall as a symbolic and transformative moment. The event has paved the way for a future where journalists and Gambian Football Federation unite in their shared passion for Gambian football, forging bonds that promise to elevate the game to dazzling new heights. Star TV News, I am Kasim Sissoko.